another day of learning opportunities. I'm Teacher Jeanette, your grade 7 English teacher. How are you all doing today? I hope everyone is doing okay. I know everyone is excited in today's lesson. But before that, let us not forget to ask for the guidance of our Lord. Let us bow our heads and feel the presence of our God. Amen. I think we are all set. But before we start, make sure you are in your study room or any area in your house free from any noise or any kind of distraction. And make sure that you have your modules and your pen and paper with you. To begin with, let's look into the objectives in today's lesson. At the end of the lesson, you are expected to identify multimedia resources and use correct and appropriate multimedia resources when orally giving informations, making explanations, and narrating events in personal or factual accounts. In order for you to understand the lesson well, we are going to unlock some vocabularies. The words we are going to unlock today are words that we might encounter during the discussion. Our first vocabulary is varied, which means incorporating a number of different types of elements and showing variation or variety. So let's use varied in a sentence. Example, we try to eat a more varied diet. Or, my routine is varied enough so that I don't get bored. Our second vocabulary is audible, which means able to be heard. Example, Carmen let out a long audible breath. Or, he leaned close to his sister and spoke in an audible whisper. Next, we have the word context. The parts of something written or spoken that immediately precede and follow a word or passage and clarify its meaning. Example, word processing is affected by the context in which words appear. Great job, class! Now that we have already unlocked the difficult words, you are now ready for your first task. That is, to write sentences using the vocabulary words that we have unlocked today. You are going to write your answers in your lecture notebook, which will be submitted during the distribution and retrieval of modules. In your previous lesson, you have learned how to transcode information from linear to nonlinear text and vice versa. In a linear text, you can make sense of the text by reading sequentially, from beginning to the end. Some examples of linear text include novels, poems, letters, and textbooks. However, in a nonlinear text, the reading path is nonlinear or non-sequential. Thus, you can choose your own reading path. Flowcharts, knowledge maps, digital text with hyperlinks, and encyclopedias are some examples of nonlinear text. Furthermore, nonlinear texts allow readers to find specific information more quickly and efficiently. For task 2, transcode linear to nonlinear text. Now, let's read the following text and complete the given task. The human body is made up of 65% water, and an average of 8 to 10 cups is needed to replenish our bodies each day. The amount of water a person needs depends largely on the volume of urine and sweat lost daily. The need for water increases if a person suffers from diarrhea, vomiting, or undergoes physical exercise. Water lost should be replenished by drinking liquids that do not contain caffeine or alcohol, both of which increase the output of urine and thus dehydrate the body. Some types of food are also a good source of water. Fruits and vegetables consist of 80 to 90% water, while meat is made up of 50%. In addition, grains such as oats and rice can contain as much as 35% water. A person can survive only 8 to 10 days without water, whereas it takes weeks to die from lack of food. Water also maintains the natural balance between dissolved salts and water in cells. Our joints and soft tissues depends on the cushioning effect that water provides. Although water has no caloric value and is not considered an energy source, it is vital in our diet to help digest and absorb food. Based on the information from the text, complete the graphic organizer. Write your answer in your lecture notebook. Before we proceed with our lesson, let us first play a game. The game is called 4 Picks 1 Word. Don't you worry, it is just very easy. Here is the mechanic of the game. In this game, you will be shown 4 photos in a grid, all of which share a word in common. Your goal is to figure out the common word based on word length and letters given as your clue. Are you ready? Here is the first grid of photos. What do you think is the word? That's right. How about the second set of photos? Awesome. How about this one? Perfect. And this? Great. The last one. Perfect. Great job, class! All the words that were in the game are connected to our topic today, which is using correct and appropriate multimedia resources in varied contexts. Nowadays, our life will always be partnered with technology. We use technology with almost all of our work, from the use of television as an entertainment to the use of computers or any gadgets to help us get connected with the latest news. The ability to select and use multimedia is an important skill you should learn. So in this lesson, we will be discussing different multimedia resources. What is multimedia? Multimedia comes from two Latin roots, multi and media. Multi meaning many or more than one, and media meaning medium of communications. Multimedia is a representation of information in an attractive and interactive manner with the use of a combination of text, audio, video, graphics, and animation. In other words, we can say that multimedia is a computerized method of presenting information combining textual data, audio, visuals, graphics, and animations. Some examples are email, Yahoo, video conferencing, and multimedia message service. There are five main types of multimedia. These are text and graphics, images, audio, video, and animation. Text and graphics. Text is an important component used in many multimedia applications. They are characters that are used to create words, sentences, and paragraph. Text alone provides just one source of information. Yet, text is good at providing basic information. It is the simplest and often the most effective way to get one's message across. Insufficient attention given to the presentation and flow of the text within multimedia application can result in the failure to communicate the presentation's central message. Graphics. Graphics are defined as visual presentations such as artworks, drawings, or designs. Some examples of applications which use graphics are slideshows, Prezi, infographics, and educational blogs. Slideshow. Slideshow is a presentation used to communicate information through a series of slides. Along with regular text, your slides can contain numerous types of content such as tables, images, drawings, charts, links, word art, videos, and audios. Here is a short video on how to make a slideshow. Prezi. Prezi is a presentation tool that can be used as an alternative to traditional slide-making programs such as PowerPoint. Instead of slides, Prezi makes use of one large canvas that allows you to pan and zoom to various parts of the canvas and emphasize the ideas presented there. Prezi supports the use of text, images, and videos, and also provides a collection of templates to choose from to help new users get accustomed to the new interface. Here is an example of a presentation using Prezi.
Hand in hand on the warm sand, we are walking barefoot and free. In your eyes, I see blue skies reflection, and everything is blue and blurry. Kissed by sun, loved by winds, we're so happy at this lovely place. No sorries, no worries, let it always be a sunny day. Whoa, just for you and me. Whoa, a sunny day. Whoa, let it always be. Whoa, a sunny day. Take my heart, take my soul. All I need is you to behold. No sorries, no worries. Let it always be a sunny day. Whoa, just for you and me. Whoa, a sunny day. Whoa, let it always be. Let it always be a sunny day. Whoa, just for you and me. Whoa, a sunny day.
Infographic. Infographic is a visual presentation of information in the form of a chart, graph, or other image accompanied by minimal text, intended to give an easily understood overview, often of a complex subject. Here is an example of an infographic video.
We dream, shape, post, and then wait. In the like we trust, glory be to the like. A tap of a fingertip plants a seed for change and paves way for some amazing things. With each like, we inspire, empower, stay close, connect, and well, it feels really great too. But as our wants evolve, affecting how we think, how we act, it can divide the voice of our soul. Through these hills and valleys, we lose that spark keeping us afloat, slipping into the noise. Somewhere in there, we become lost, weighted down by needs we didn't used to have. Our fears fueled from missing out. We start to count and count when enough is never enough. Grow hungers for validation, needs for connection, for approval, self-worth, to be loved. But if we can rekindle that fire again, we can see clear to what's real and true, what's right in front of us. Breaking through the bounds of our doubts and fears, we find a value in life far beyond a like. From a like to a love.
Educational blog is an online journal or informational website displaying information in the reverse chronological order, with the latest post appearing first. It is a platform where a writer or even a group of writers share their views on individual subject. EduBlog is intended for educational purposes. The next video is an example of an educational blog.
Segregation of garbage. Garbage is a huge global problem. We produce so many products and throw out so much every day that garbage and waste disposal is turning into a major ecological nightmare. Garbage is classified into 4 categories. Waste. This should be disposed of separately. Toxic waste. This includes medicines, batteries, dried paint, old bulbs and dried shoe polish, which need special care when we dispose them off. Wet or organic waste. This consists of leftover foodstuff and vegetable peels. This should be put in a compost pit and the resulting compost should be used as manure in the garden. Dry waste. Waste consisting of cans, aluminium foils, plastics, metal, glass and paper should be recycled. Encourage your parents to buy 2 separate bins for dry and wet garbage. You can color code them green for dry and blue for wet. Therefore, your garbage collector will be able to segregate the garbage easily.
The second type of multimedia is audio. Audio is the audible part of a transmitted signal that is a recording or reproduction of acoustic signals. Therefore, sound is the vibration transmitted through a solid, liquid, or gas composed of frequencies within the range of hearing and of a level. An example of an audio recording is podcast. Podcast is an episodic series of spoken word digital audio files that a user can download to a personal device for easy listening.
If you only have 24 hours in a day, your success is dependent upon how you use the 24. You gotta hear me. People talk about Oprah Winfrey, Ted Turner, Warren Buffett. Listen to me. I don't care how much money you make. You only get 24 hours in a day. And the difference between Oprah and the person that's broke is Oprah uses her 24 hours wisely. That's it. Listen to me. That's it. You get 24. I don't care if you broke, you grew up broke. I don't care if you grew up rich. I don't care if you're in college, you're not in college. You only get 24 hours. And I blew up literally. I went from being a high school dropout to selling 6,000 books in less than 6 months. What happened? My 24 hours. I was like, okay, Eric, you got to get a grip on your 24 hours because you're about to be broke for the rest of your life. And that's all I need you to do for me. I can tell you all about your life if you just write down your 24-hour schedule for me and you let me look at it. I can tell you where you're going to be in 5 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 10 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 20 years if you keep that schedule.
Another type of multimedia is video. Video is a series of electronic signals used to generate a steady source of still images, which simulate movement. Videos can utilize graphics, pictures, or text, and are used for entertainment, education, or other purposes. Another type of multimedia is animation. Animation is a simulation of movement created by a series of illustrations or photographs displayed in a rapid succession. last type of multimedia is images. Images and visual representations are probably one of the oldest form of media that date back to prehistory and the time of cave drawings. With the advent of civilization and technology, images have first been combined with text and printed in books and newspapers, and are now seen in all forms of media. Icons or small photographs and pictures enhance written documents and give them a unique edge and a powerful visual element. Remember that a multimedia resource is perfect when giving information, giving instructions, making explanations, and narrating events. Before you use an appropriate media resource in a class presentation, these are the simple questions you have to ask yourself. First, what is my task and my purpose? Second, what media resource is applicable to use? Do I know how to apply such resource in my presentation? Will I be understood if I use this particular resource or the other? And last, is this resource accessible during preparation and during presentation? And that's all for today's discussion. And I believe you are now ready for your next activity. In this activity, match the following multimedia resources with the pictures. Write the letter that corresponds to your answer in your activity notebook. In this activity, you will be presented with questions related to our discussion. Answer the following questions briefly. Write your answers in your activity notebook. For this activity, you are going to choose the most appropriate multimedia resource to use in the following instances. Briefly explain your answer. Write your answer in your activity note. For this next activity, choose the most appropriate multimedia resource to use in the given situation. Write the letter of your answer in your activity notebook. Congratulations in learning how to use correct and appropriate multimedia resources in varied contexts. This is Teacher Jeanette. See you on our next video lesson.
Hand in hand on the warm sand, we are walking barefoot and free. In your eyes, I see blue skies reflection, and everything is blue and blurry.